this week I'm blowing $1,000 on DJI Mavic Pro and video editing software because I'm doing my car this month. And
awesome. What are you gonna do to it?
I'm ripping out the Audi 4.2 V8 and I'm throwing in a 5.7 LS1.
Oh fuck, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing's gonna fucking rip.
You're telling me 600 horse all-wheel drive at the 600 at the wheels all-wheel drive.
And
that bitch
in a
gonna
relatively
drift.
light vehicle.
Yeah. For what it is, it's light. I mean, an all-wheel drive
Yeah.
two-door, it's just under 2 tons.
When I say relatively, I mean like you compare that to like my Ram,
Oh,
which is
yeah.
a 5.7 I mean.
Yeah, my friend has the. It's gonna shed a lot of weight too because I'm gonna try and replace as much as I can with tube framing and shit to keep it rigid. And the LS is heavy. The LS, while a higher displacement, is lighter than Audi's 4.2, but that's because the 4.2 is such a fucking high-strung engine. I cannot wait to four-wheel drift with that. Like, I know I'm gonna destroy my center differential, but fuck it, whatever. I need to upgrade it anyways.
Best gear in the city.
Actually, I might
Check
not.
it out.
Because it's a proper quattro as opposed to the sport Haldex. But yeah, so like filming that is gonna probably take a week, or the build for it's gonna take a week or two. Filming it, editing the film will take about a month. I decided instead of like I'm gonna live stream it, but then I'm gonna the episodes are gonna be edited and posted after the fact as opposed to during, just because it's too much work.
Yeah.
But the point of all this is that I'm gonna take all the footage that we have from this and edit it. So like the live streams will still be there for people who want to watch it and like while we're actually playing, but then like at the end of the week will be a super cut. Like it'll be a weekly episode of what we did that week and all the funny stupid shit that happened. And once there's like content density to an episode, I feel like there'll be more viewers. I mean, once I hit 1,000, it becomes monetized. That's the goal. And 1,000 people in America isn't that difficult.
Yeah.
My buddy actually just shipped off to basic for the Air Force yesterday? Today.
Nice.
Yeah, so hopefully spreading more to the armed forces community. Pick up where Krieg left off.
Fuck yeah.
And okay, so the last point is I think I'm making progress on your security idea, our security project, if you don't mind me saying. Yes. Our.
No, definitely. Because you're kind of like head administrator when you think about it.
I get my license back in 6 days. No, less than 6
Score.
days. I get it back in 5 days. So I'm gonna be going up to. I'm doing a road trip through New Jersey and into Connecticut. In New Jersey is a bunch of my family, but my aunt knows like everything there is to know and all the people you need to know. So I'm gonna go talk to her about it. And then when I get into Connecticut, I'll hit you guys up.
Oh yeah.
My friend who just went to Air Force, his wife's family is like for generations and generations been in the armed forces. So she's slated to give me a call. I haven't told her what, I haven't given her the details, but I told her I was interested in her and her dad and grandfather's and uncle's take on the idea, because they're spread out in the Midwest and whatnot.
Yeah.
So, not just like actual networking, but geolocation-wise networking, I figure is a good thing.
By the way, I'm setting up a mission.
Okay. And last bit is my lawyer buddy friend. I'm gonna talk to him to see if he knows.
Hey, agent. I need you to check in with the new guy, Cactus, over at the terminal. He's got something big on his hands, and he could use your help.
Where'd you go? Oh, I see. Anybody who'd be willing to help out. Yeah, I mean, finding people to actually do the security bit, I feel like won't be too hard.
Yeah, definitely, because there's always people you can pull from, especially companies like Allied Barton and shit, where they underpay their agents.
Yeah, exactly. So like, Jesus Christ, I hate Allied Barton. I've been kicked out of them all twice because of them.
I used to work for them, they're fucking terrible.
We're picking up a signal from inside the Academy. Shade Tech. First wave agent signal ID. And it's still broadcasting.
Anyways.
Getting the contracts is difficult though, but I've actually been kind of working on that. Do you know my political background at all?
You've given me hints of it, never actually explained it.
Basically, I know a lot of very high-ranking political figures, especially in the Fairfield County area.
Yeah, that's...
Like on a personal level. As a matter of fact, if you watch one of Mark Fountain's speeches, he refers to me as Fairfield County's favorite veteran. He actually says, "Oh, how could we forget Bill Teichel's Fairfield County's favorite veteran?" And I was like, "Wait, what?" But I've been working on them, especially now that it's campaign season. To try to get try to get my foot in there, at least my name out there to say, "Hey guys, I have gun and I'm willing to work."
Yeah, so I figured you have that covered. Yeah, like that aspect is, I think, gonna be one of the key parts. Having the right people. Not like you don't need to be officially backed by them, but you know, just being associated with them is a huge thing, PR-wise.
Fishy. See if you can find that missing agent, but be careful.
I know, right?
There's no way this isn't a setup.
I think the tough part will be... So, well, not the tough part. The missing puzzle piece is the capital at the moment.
Yeah.
Like...
I mean, some of it, I hate to say, is easy. Like, I have a blackout truck, so we have a vehicle. On top of it, you know, I have enough small arms to fucking support a squad.
Yeah, like, so, just like at any startup and whatnot, there's a lot of, you know, blood, sweat, and tears, and volunteering, and taking one for the team type of thing.
Yeah.
So, I'm sure with the, like, our starting group, we can say, hey, you know, while we're getting shit set up, you're gonna need to use your own, you know, vehicle or, yeah, exactly. And like,
even going down the road, I want people to use their own weapons because they're comfortable.
Yes, that.
That's a decision.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, I'm down.
Gotcha. Fuck, where are they? Oh.
That was a bad decision on my part.
Yeah, exactly. And that's as a tactical decision, not as a financial one. I'm like it. And of course, the starting group always ends up being the top brass anyways, so it's not like we're gonna have to say, hey, keep all your receipts. I mean, it will be standard procedure to keep all your receipts. Yeah, and in a LLC, and even more so in an incorporated company, all that is, in a sense, tax deductible for the company. Like, we dish all that money out, pay everybody, do all that jazz, and then we report our earnings and shit. But even then, like,
Give it up. Come on, just give it up.
I feel like even it's gonna operate more as a non-profit than not, even if we aren't, even though we're not going that route. Like,
usually it's going to have to because of insurance purposes.
Yeah.
Actual private insurances, especially for, something that's allowed to get people force, nearly impossible to get. However, there's a way around that. The NRA actually offers a insurance plan for concealed carry, or for any carry. So, even if you're a cop and you get involved into a defensive shooting, the NRA will actually cover some of the legal costs of your shooting. On
That's
top
awesome.
of hopefully the agency and whatever. So what we can do is we can look into, how much that would cost for X amount of agents and whatnot. Because, as a matter of fact, Blackwater utilizes the NRA's coverage for their domestic security.
Perfect, because I was just gonna say, I need to find a way to research how the more militant security groups do it. I mean, for the most part, it should be. For the most part, we should be able to just copy pasta what they do, but it'll be a bit easier because we're not like going into Afghanistan and shit. Yeah, exactly. But then at the same time, it's gonna be a bit harder because we're not international. We're doing domestic stuff and dealing with civilians first and foremost.
Just so you know, my plan is to eventually get international security specifically military facilities and government bases overseas. So not necessarily like Iraq or Afghanistan, but like even England. That's my ultimate goal, whether it happens or not.
You know that's perfect, right? Because my original plan for my career is to start a proper PMC anyways.
Oh yeah, I really want to get into the PMC side of things. Because one thing that I can provide is, even though I'm just a National Guard MP, like, I'm not trying to tout my abilities, but I shoot at fucking, let's put it this way, IPSC, like national IPSC shooters, I analyze how they shoot, and I'm like, yeah, I'm better than that. And that's national level shoot, competitive shooters. So, the reason for that is because I don't just shoot for competition, I shoot tactically. Like, I shoot with defense in mind. So, implementing my knowledge and experience of firearms and tactically employing them, we can actually head up on other small companies. Because I can say, oh no, these are tactics that are, tried and tested, and, we can even articulate it a little bit and say, oh, to survive Afghanistan utilizing this. Well, technically not true. Didn't know that.
Well, that's different.
I was lucky.
Well, that's where creative license and rhetoric come into play.
Agreed. However, one thing I'm extremely confident on, like, I'm typically a humble person, but one thing I'll never be humble on is my ability to employ a firearm. Like, I will fucking rip a gun into a situation when legally required. I should say when systematically required and legally capable.
See,
I can rip a gun into a situation when it comes to that.
Like that, there's a difference between like being humble and being confident in your skills. Like, you can be humble and confident in your skills at the same time, and that's what that is, as opposed to, like,
it's not just my
Call of
skills
Duty
either, it's my
bragging
ability
that I'm
to
good with
train
guns.
people. Oh yeah.
Heads up, Agent. You've
Like-
got an echo in your vicinity.
Like, I told you why I'll openly say I'm the smartest person in a room, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So it's the same difference. Like, I might not actually be, but I know what it takes to become it, and I'm willing to do it, so the potential's there.
Echo available for playback nearby.
Am I going
Couldn't
the
find the
right-
fucking door. I was running around the room like, where's the door?
But yeah, like,
So I gave you a chance
it's
to
easy.
work
Like,
with
the
me,
flaws with
and
the
you
current
decided you were gonna
PMCs
turn
are
me in
pretty
instead.
easy to identify.
sake.
Like, they're
This
all
can't be right.
guilty of the
The
same
videos
shit
showing division agents
and
going
don't
rogue,
learn from their
killing
fucking
each other.
mistakes.
That's not... No.
Oh, I love this
No.
part.
Okay,
Giant
let's just focus
fish in
on
a
the
barrel
job.
scene.
It looks like the
Oh.
shade tech used to create that echo's been hacked. I can't get a read on the agent's identity. If there's a security room near you, we might have
And
a
I'm
shot
sure,
at
like,
IDing them.
just like
if
every
I can
other
upload
PMC
the
that ever
surveillance
started,
footage, and they
the
didn't
people who
wipe
started
it.
say we're not gonna, you know, make those mistakes, but we really will not make those mistakes, because that is, if that needs to be, that will be my sole
Downloading
purpose in
archive
the
security
company,
data.
is to make sure we're not idiots.
Oh hell yeah. And we can learn from their mistakes.
Exactly. And I think, like, it might slow us down, but I think part of it is
Look
hiring
sharp.
the right people.
You're not alone anymore.
Like, you can't,
Download complete. Begin
we need to
upload.
not just, like, I'm sure, like, they'll just
I'm reading
hire
first wave
anybody,
agents
like
near
anyone,
you, but they're not
any other
responding to
company
my
hires
hails.
people, and they'll
I
do,
don't
like,
like
the
it.
background check and everything, but it's just paperwork-wise.
Don't go. Oh yeah.
While we should adopt a much more thorough vetting policy, and
Agreed.
it might not be, like, politically correct, or people might not like it, but it'll save our asses when, like, we're, I don't know, have a contract for a base in South Korea, and,
Oh yeah.
you know, we're up against fucking big-name people, and our record is squeaky fucking clean.
Oh god, yeah.
And our skills do the talking, our results. Have you played Call of Duty Advanced War?
Yes, absolutely.
So, Atlas,
Not a massive fan of it, but I like it.
yeah, no, is mediocre, but,
Yeah.
sans
Call of
the
Duty.
Kevin Spacey craziness trying to overthrow America, which I may or may not try and do. I mean, if we're the largest standing military force in the world, why not, right? No, that's exactly what you're doing. But Atlas is what I've always seen my goal being. Like, not just a weapons developer, but the private military force at the same time. And
That
just-
might actually work out perfect, because I also want to, so here's something I hate about current security companies, whether they do Blackwater or Dinosaur or whatever. What they do is they actually mimic military strategy and military tactics.
oh,
fuck.
good fucking thing I put down a bag.
Please don't kill it, yes.
So the other night, when we're playing that one mission, I learned put down the bag first, then go for the revive. Because then if I go down, there's a bag to bring us both back. Yeah, so, yeah, like, mimicking the military is good to a point. Like, the whole loyalty, rigor of it, the command structure, that's all great and dandy, but
Yeah.
for Actually, I shared a video on Facebook about how they pulled a general out of retirement to command an Iraq or Iranian like army military force in a mock battle, and he completely wiped the floor with them with America.
Real quick, you mind targeting that sniper that's fucking coming down?
Yeah,
yeah,
he's not putting his fucking head up, but I'm going after him. There we go.
This guy's not on my side, I'm pulling back. Oh! Oh, this is gonna hurt. Falling back. Oh.
None of what you found is good. To see agents turning on each other, abandoning the mission, it never should have gone down like that. God damn it. Be extra careful from now on, Agent. I think you might have just attracted some attention.
Good shit. You like that predatory though?
Oh, hell yeah.
How many medkits did you have to use?
None, actually.
I think I used 1 or 2 the entire mission, as opposed to all 5, like I'd normally need. It lets you bring the fight to the enemy.
That was actually pretty cool.
As long as you can maintain kills, then like...
Yeah, you have to be super aggressive with predatory. Like, the reason why I was getting fucked up this last iteration was because I was trying to stay on the defense.
Yeah, when you,
actually
like, the yellows have, like, the time between kills increases with the yellows and the named targets, and that's where predatory falls short, because it's 30% over 20 seconds, I think. So you essentially have 20 seconds to kill your next target. Otherwise, you start actually losing health. Well, this is awesome. I now found my partner in legal crime.
Hell yeah.
We both wanted a security force, or to start a PMC. We both have the same vision of how to make it better than everything else.
Oh, hell yeah. It's weird because I love military, I love law enforcement, I love all that shit, but something about it falls short. The idea of private security, even like executive protection, is what I like to do.
Exactly. Like, oh, God damn it. Like, I wish, like, okay, so ever since I was, what, 2000, so 10? I've wanted to be in the armed forces, but can't because of my sickle cell. And I was like, well, okay, well, if I can't, like, if I can't join them, beat them, that's not how the phrase goes, but essentially, if you won't let me in your club, I'll make my own club, it'll be better than yours.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, what the fuck is this guy come from? Go clean this guy's too.
That's a name one.
Oh, let's fuck him up.
Oh shit. Thank you.
I saw that too. I saw the panic. He's died before I did. Thank you. I basically just got into a fucking point-blank shooting match with some guy over there right in each other's head. And that's how I survived. It was a point.
Here we go!
There's one more fucker around here.
What the fuck is it?
Oh, he's below us.
Oh. I was like, where? And I realized that fucking door thing was there. I feel poop coming on. Not quite there yet, but close. Oh, let's fuck these guys up. Wow.
This guy just stood there like, fuck it, I'm done.
Took it like a champ. Let's see if we can fast travel back to the terminal. Yep.
I think, so assuming everything goes right, our first step will be providing security for public things or large groups of civilians domestically. Then that can expand to doing the same thing, but internationally, because God knows there's so many fucking cities of corrupt cops.
True story.
But we'll have a lot of experience defending or providing security for domestic civilian populations, which would be great for having and being able to implement a like doomsday scenario plan. So like, it's not that like North Korea is even close to being able to do so, but if they ever did launch some kind of bullshit ICBM thing at us, which I mean would be the equivalent of like a little kid throwing a rock, we'd already have plans and infrastructure to handle it, which I think would be a great selling point.
Yeah, point of sale.
Yeah, I need to work on my terminology, because we shouldn't refer to people's security as a product to be sold back to them.
It is, though.
It is. Oh, it absolutely is. We're essentially saying, hey, how much is your life worth? But we shouldn't say it like that. So, like...
no, actually, to be completely honest, that's a great way to sell it, because when you think about it, the people who are selling, or who are purchasing security have, I don't want to say they're egotistical maniacs, but to be in the position that they're in, they have to have some sort of ego.
Oh,
so
yes, and like...
pay out for that.
I'm just saying, like, when we go to it, like, if we're, like, whatever, our ribbon cutting ceremony is, like, at a school or some shit, like, that speech at the podium shouldn't say that.
Okay.
The PR we showed to the... I'm inviting this person. Their name is Kitty Cat.
Do it. Definitely a chick, or a fag.
Oh, you gotta invite them. You're the group leader.
Oh, damn it. Watch as soon as I invite. Hey.
You know what? Chick or non-LGBTQ plus. I don't care. The name has cat in it. I approve. Why is everybody wearing fucking orange today? Did we miss the memo?
I think so.
Switch to game chat.
Deal.
Might as well make friends while we're at it.
Yeah, I agree.
Your attention, please. A group of carolers will convene at 1500 hours in the main hall. All are welcome to attend.
This guy looks like Orange Boris over here.
Hello, Boris. Oh, he stole my idea with the Ushanka and the mask.
Well, if you wear a ski mask, it looks like Boris more than the, what, cage mask he's wearing?
Yeah.
Come take a look.
Blood Ink.
That's a sweet name.
Yeah.
Well, we got a company name.
Have you like put any thought into what you'd name the PMC or any of this?
I've come up with a few names. Actually, me and John were talking about, back when we were talking about starting an airsoft team, he came up with Dark Star, which is kind of cool. However, I was thinking something along the lines of like Minutemen or Liberty Security Solution. There's something with a very New England sound to it.
Ooh, yes, I love that. Yeah, I think that would be, oh my god, that'd be great imagery. Doing the whole, New England, like, revolutionary, like, warfighter, liberty,
Yeah.
whole imagery is perfect.
I was actually thinking, you know the stereotypical Minuteman logo?
Yep.
Like everybody uses, everybody from the National Guard to like Minuteman Logistics uses the same fucking symbol. I was thinking about taking that symbol, except instead of a musket, he's holding a like an M4 or an M16, and instead of like the Minuteman hat, he's wearing like a Protec or an ACH.
I think that's awesome.
However, the company has to have a corporate appeal to it, so that way it doesn't come out as like, oh yeah, we're a bunch of combat-hardened vets. It's no, we're professional, you know, businessmen.
Hey,
Yeah.
gotta see it to believe.
And then
Got
we,
something new.
you know, during our speeches to them, it's like, oh yeah, we pull experience from Iraq and Afghanistan and have some of the most experienced gunfighters in the world.
I love it. Hold on. I have an idea. Okay, Google. Translate Minutemen to Latin. Fucking A. Fuck you, Google.
Any day now, we're gonna hear about how dangerous this skinny guy is, and how he's got to be stopped before he turns the next big one loose. Mark my words. That's
Translate Minuteman to Google. God damn it. Translate Minuteman to Google.
Are your ears burning, Agent?
Latin.
Translate Minuteman to Google.
Too long. Memento hominem. Hominem. Yeah, hominem. Memento homo. I think this will be perfect. We both have a mind for making sure we don't make the same mistakes other PMCs do. And I'm sure after a bit I'll pick up on
Just who I was looking for.
the logistics and strategics of everything.
Oh, yeah. One thing that's surprisingly hard, because even when I was doing security with Overwatch, one thing that was actually surprisingly difficult was logistics, especially concerning ammunition and weapons.
See, like, I thrive
Like if we were
in
about to go
that.
on an op. Oh, hell yeah. If we were about to go on an op, it was weird being like, okay, so how many rounds do we need? It's like, well, what type of op is it? And what type of weapons is everybody carrying? Because, like, you know, you'd think 500 rounds is a lot, but then you'd get that one asshole who by himself can carry 100 rounds because he's carrying a fucking MP5.
Yep.
It's like,
I think
so you actually have to look into it.
I am so fucking excited.
Take a look.
I'm like, my aunt has been looking for something to
Feel
like
free to browse.
for lack of better terms, invest in her and her husband.
My fingers are crossed.
And I mean, I think like a key part to this. Ooh, got seeker pants. Will be. Oh goddamn, they're gorgeous. It will be like we need like we'll want to maintain a healthy growth to it, but starting off slow, like just getting like maybe one town or one school to fucking A. I glitched out. There we go. To sign up will be, you know, the first hurdle, but once we do that, we can essentially advertise by example.
Oh yeah.
And
do that. Hey, look what we did here.
Yeah. So instead of a partnership, I say you're the head of everything, just to keep everything consolidated on one person. And just like the captain of a ship, I'll be the first mate, essentially equal,
So while we're
but
talking
not
about
actually.
this, I just got a message on my phone. It's on MSN. Israeli troops just took Damascus.
Holy fuck!
Yeah. Israel's actually invaded. Like, they attacked earlier, but they're actually invading.
What prompted it?
So you know about the chemical weapons attack and everything?
Yeah.
So a bunch of Israeli citizens were killed in that chemical attack, and Israel basically said, hey, Syria, I know you got chemical weapons here, get rid of them. And Syria said, fuck off. So today, well, actually yesterday, technically, Israel, in cooperation with the United States, launched an attack, an air attack and partial ground attack against an airfield in Syria. Pissed off Russia because Russia lost 27 Spetsnaz agents.
Of course.
So Russia's kind of fuming about it. Actually, the Prime Minister of Israel, who gave the speech on it after it became public, because it was quiet who did it for a while. They were saying, is it Israeli? Is it American? You know, people were saying that it was British. Israel didn't take credit at first, and then the CIA announced that it was Israel. And then they said, yeah, it was us. But when the Prime Minister of Israel came out and gave the speech, it was the best speech ever. He said, and I'm paraphrasing here, he said, in 1945, the Jewish population made the promise never again. It doesn't matter if you're Muslim, Jewish, you know, Kurdish, whatever. We made the promise that there will never be genocide again, and the Syrian government's use of chemical weapons violates this.
That's powerful as fuck.
Oh yeah. And he was about to leave, and then he was questioned, well, how are you going to react to, you know, Russia, you know, being Syria's ally? And he said, if Russia comes for a fight, they can come for a fight. We have the armor of God protecting us, and we will not back down. And then he just walked off.
God damn it, I love Israel.
Hell yeah. And that's when President Trump announced that the U.S. will back Israel at any cost.
Of course.
However, the best part of it, Russia agreed with Israel, and Russian troops will be pulling out of southern Syria.
Fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And of course, this all affects the climate with.
It affects the climate with everybody. Turkey's fucking fuming right now. Turkey announced that they're mobilizing for war with Israel, and Israel's like, okay, bro.
Yeah, Israel's never lost a fight, except for the one where they encroached into Egypt or something? No.
No, even still, they technically won that.
There's only one, and it's because they moved into some other place. It was a away game, not a home game.
Oh, Jordan.
Was it Jordan?
Yeah, they got pushed out of Jordan, but it's because they wanted to maintain control over Sinai, so they moved all their troops down to the Sinai Peninsula. It was
Oh
like
yeah, it was
tactical
Jordan.
retreat.
How the fuck did I not remember that? Me and my oh, have
That's
you
why
talked? Oh,
Israel has the Golan Heights.
have you had a chance to talk with Sharif?
Oh, fuck, not yet. I actually completely forgot. I'll have to message him.
I'm sure he'll have an interesting conversation
Oh, yeah.
about this. And not like interesting,
I was
like
actually
he's
at,
gonna be, Arab yelling, but you both have a heritage tied to this, but are both very level-headed.
Yeah, we're
So it's
both
like,
Americanized? I don't know if that's the right word, but we can view it both internally and externally.
yeah. So it's two sides of the same coin.
Yeah. Like myself being a very conservative, right-wing. Well, when I say conservative, I don't mean like Republican Democrat. I mean as far as the Middle East. Like a very conservative, right-wing Israeli. Like when I say I back Israel hardcore, I mean, like, I almost joined the Israeli army. Like, I fucking love Israel.
I am right there
Some of
with
the
you,
shit they do is
except
retarded.
instead of joining, I would have gone to work for any of the immensely funded weapons development and defense industry over there.
Yay. Oh, as soon as today happened, I dropped $5,000 in BAE.
Oh, fuck, I should have. Do we want to be publicly
It really is
traded or not?
mobilizing. At first, no, absolutely not. Security is too dangerous to publicly trade. Because the problem with security is you need to keep every dollar you make right at the beginning.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying about like at beginning or like later. I'm saying like ever.
Oh, yeah. No, definitely.
I'm trying to think of any
I
of the
did the
like.
math on it one day. I don't know how accurate it was. However, a security company actually becomes more profitable at... Fuck, I don't remember exactly what the number was. It was only like 172 something thousand dollars a year.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it was actually quite low, and that's when you can start entering public trading. However, getting up to that point is a pain in the ass, because in order to be competitive, let's put it this way, so Allied Universal now, their executive security services, they only cost about $1,000 per contract.
I think.
That means we'd have to charge like $750, and we'd have to pay all of the agents that we have.
Yeah, I'm. So like. Of course, with like with becoming with reputation and whatnot, we can increase our prices. But I think
Oh yeah.
the key part will be like everyone says we're not going to cut corners, but every company has to cut corners. That's just how it works.
Yeah.
That's how you stay competitive.
Especially when it comes to insurance.
Yeah, so like we just need to figure out where the hard lines are that aren't going to get crossed, the lines in the sand, what are corners we can shave off, we
Yeah.
put the effort into making it like
Well, one
not
thing
to
I
say if we're
want
going
is
to go ahead.
from the beginning, there's a huge legal thing, especially when it comes to insurance, because insurance is the killer of security.
Yep.
It costs way too much, especially when you're talking about armed security, because liability and lethal force is ridiculous. However, the caveat to that is if we hire only military and law enforcement from the beginning, because we can
That's
say they're already
exactly.
trained on escalation of force, and if they fuck up, it's on them.
That is exactly. So like one of the hard lines I was gonna say is that we like the whole hiring process. We not only vet everybody, but like anybody who's gonna be actually using a gun needs to have had prior experience using a gun. Not like,
Yeah.
oh, I shot in my backyard, but like they have
One
some
question
other
on
proper
the
formal training.
oh yeah. One question on the interview absolutely has to be: do you have any prior escalation of force training? And do you understand the escalation of force continuum? And then follow that up with questions like, have you ever been cited on charges involving the escalation of force continuum or anything like that?
Hey, wave at this person. Or clap. I think we should invite them.
Done.
How do we always end up with a crowd of fucking people around us?
I think we're just weird.
No agent has
I
joined
think we're
your
just
team.
fucking awesome. That's...
I think so. Oh, they joined.
Hi there.
Hello, Emilio Verde. My
Where the fuck did that box
Wait.
come from? Or
person.
am I the only one that sees that?
You mean the box standing in front of Zaki? Is that a 3rd Infantry Division patch? What the fuck is on your shoulder? Oh no, it looked like a 3rd ID patch. Sorry, you confused me.
Wanna run a mission?
Alert, an agent has left your team.
Absolutely. Oh, bastard.
Oh, form up.
Face the day and do the very best you can. Or don't. It doesn't make no difference to me if you stay in bed all day, so long as you keep listening.
Come on, take the hit.
This is when you know it.
We're about to run a train on this person.
The human Jacopede train. The human Jacko train.
My favorite of all trains.
Yeah, and I'm sure that's gonna... Like, for other positions, of course, that's not gonna be relevant, but anybody who's gonna be holding a gun needs to be, like... I think it should be, like, the hardest... Like, it should be easier to hire a CEO for a company than it is to get hired... To, like, not get hired, but hire for a, armored position.
Oh my god, we got noticed.
Yes!
That's it, they're getting invited.
Yep, invite them. Making friends everywhere we go. You know what, this needs to be a thing in the company. We need to remove any, like, sexual connotation to it so we don't get fucked with, you know, with that type of thing. But, randomly, and like with fire drills for the building, whatever, over the PA you'll hear "form up," and that's like everybody needs to get in a single file line and start doing jumping jacks. Everybody. Like if we have like a 30-story building, we're gonna have a chain of people going down the stairwell. Oh wait, no, we don't want jumping jacks on a stairwell. We don't want anyone like maiming themselves. Oh, anyways, so I'm trying to think of, like, the key aspects that we might have thought of. One is the top brass has to be our personal friends, just because it needs to be people we can trust. I mean, other positions can be hired out, but, like, I'd like my friend Lewis to work with me for the weapons development, R&D, and defense tech.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. Anybody who holds an officer position needs to be somebody we know.
My friend
Especially
Alex.
because we're also going to be seeing with classified information.
Yeah, that. Oh, yes, definitely security clearance stuff. We need to figure out what exactly. Like, we need to make sure our security clearance qualifies and overlaps with that of the U.S. government already.
Unfortunately, so it costs a lot to give a security clearance. Like, so a top secret clearance costs about $500,000. It's a lot.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Now, a secret clearance costs quite a bit less. I think it's only like $25,000, but still, that's a lot. I ain't paying that. So, what we should do is we should develop our own security clearance system, because we can still do NICS checks. Like, we can still do a federal background check as an employer.
Yeah.
But based upon their experience and expertise. Like, obviously, if somebody served as a police officer, they should get a higher point system than, say, somebody served as, you know, an armed agent at Allied Barton. And on the flip side, if somebody served in the CIA, they obviously are a little bit more trustworthy. However, there's a caveat to that. Obviously, if they're a police officer and they're applying to be armed security, it's like, okay, what happened while you were a cop? Like, why aren't you a cop anymore?
Yeah, and like, it's an important question to ask, but I think that should be our, like, so the question inherently seems negative, but I think we should flip that, like, as a PR image thing, like, not in like giving someone a second chance, because this isn't one of those things I believe someone should get a second chance for, but like,
No. Especially because there's no second chance when it comes to pulling a trigger.
exactly, absolutely exactly. But like, if I was asked the question, like if I was getting hired, and like it'd be like my answer to the question is because like I couldn't join the normal armed forces, but I still want to serve. So like, I feel like that'd be an appropriate answer.
Yeah.
It disqualify me for having an armed position, but it would be points towards being hired for maybe some other position.
Not necessarily, because let's say it's somebody in your shoes. There's a lot of people I know who are disqualified from military service. John, for instance, he's disqualified from military service. But I'd put a gun in his hand any day. Like, I would absolutely trust him with a firearm. He needs some tactical training, but he's somebody who can be trained up to the specs of, a great security operative. Same with you. Like, I haven't actually physically met you, but you're somebody who I know is mentally sound to carry a gun. I also
that's
feel
exactly
like,
what I mean,
given the
though. Like,
situation, you'd be medically fit to do so.
exactly. So so the reasons why we're unsound for the military might preclude us from having an armed position, but that doesn't exclude us from being a security operative. We could place us, who, these theoretical people, in a more, like, an infield managerial position, more logistical, because the inclination towards being responsible and everything is still there, but whatever kept us from actually serving is still relevant.
Well, not only that, but like even somebody in your medical condition, could you get in a car and drive somebody from point A to point B and still comfortably get into a gunfight?
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like
But
your
that,
medical
like,
condition, while it may have disqualified you from military, I still think you could be an armed agent.
yeah, so that might be like a specialist, not in like the army sense, but like in the job description sense, would be a different step than the average security operator.
Yeah.
Because
Like
we
you
like the way
especially, I think having you as a driver would be great.
like the way I'm really fucking good at driving. Like when I come up with the S5, I'll show you. I'm really fucking good at driving. But
I know places we can rip it too, if you want to go there.
like, have you seen Baby Driver?
Yes.
Yeah, I dare say close to that. Like,
Hell yeah.
I wouldn't be that good, but like I know how to pull the maneuvers and can execute them. Maybe with orange cones, but anyways, so like the way I see it is the average security operator is based off of the original idea of providing security for a school, is able to handle a large situation, a complex situation, a highly demanding one, and it isn't a specialized moment. Like, yes, a shooter at a school is a very like unique moment, but for who we're hiring, what we're having them do, that should be the average. You get what I'm saying? So like,
Yeah, you train them for like fucking Spetsnaz taking over a school.
Exactly. So, like, our average is, like, 10 cuts above anybody else. Like, it really is the gap between a full-out private military and, like, mall security.
Oh yeah,
Like, mall security is a joke. Like, 14-year-olds aren't
it
scared of
really
them.
is.
But, like, you can't call in, like, triple canopy to guard a mall. So you'd
No,
get us instead. And while we'll offer both sides, that's our specialty. Like, we're meant to deal with that gap.
yeah,
Um, so like that's why I'm saying like John and I would fall into not the average. Or actually, I don't know
yeah.
about John. He probably would. He seems perfectly fine. I wouldn't.
John is how do I explain him without sounding insulting? So he's intelligent in his own right. He's definitely technologically savvy. He learns very quickly, but he doesn't. I'm not insulting him. He's not as socially savvy as, say, a police officer or somebody in the armed forces. However, on the flip side, as a security agent, you don't necessarily need to be socially savvy. Because what you're doing is you're not asking people things, you're directing people.
Yes.
You're politely directing people away from you.
Yes.
And I think
Okay.
that's
I see
something
what.
that he
Yeah, I
likes
see what
to
you're
set up.
saying. But
So,
but also in
with
that sense, I don't
John,
think that would preclude him from anything in the same way that my sickle cell does.
no. I mean, both precluded from the military, yes, just for different reasons.
Yeah, so
Um,
like when we ask that question, that's gonna be the key part to
yeah,
circle back to the original point is like so whatever his answer would be wouldn't change his qualifications as much as mine would.
yeah.
And like
Having said that, though, I feel like you'd still be a valuable asset to an armed agency. And not just in a technological field, but I would actually venture as to say, I wouldn't mind you grabbing a gun and coming out and being a driver in a convoy.
I think I think the key part I'd be best at is instead of being the average, which again is security for a large group in a domestic terrorist situation, is more of the executive bodyguard.
Yeah, exactly.
So at that, I could, you being the executive of the company, we could just be our own bodyguards.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
that I can't imagine how unimaginably stupid someone would have to be to try and take a PMC executive hostage or something.
It's been attempted. Actually, Mahdi militia tried to take Eric Prince hostage. That,
That like well okay so that makes sense, but I mean in like at least domestically, if we're out someplace in a hot zone, sure, that's different. That's a attack. That's a tactical decision, not a financial one.
oh yeah.
I'm saying like
You mean like at home?
who's stupid enough to, other than wanting to take out, okay, so like in the sense of cutting the head off the snake, sure, that makes absolute sense. If you kill like the upper brass of triple canopy or whoever, then sure, that really fucks up. Well, actually, no, I wouldn't, because they don't have the same structure we
The
would
chain of command.
anymore. They're more corporate than chain of command.
Oh yeah. I
Anyways,
love how we're sitting here talking as I'm playing with my Glock, and I have an AK right next to me.
want
Well, no, I'm not
to
late
run a
for this job
mission?
at all. Oh yeah, definitely.
Um,
Let me see. Maps. Mission overview.
so like that'll be another key point is that we're gonna maintain chain of command as opposed to corporate structure.
Yeah, run it military style.
Um,
Fast riding.
yep.
Far southeast.
I've got no idea what they're doing here, but the place is
Warren
crawling with...
Gate.
Is that what it's called? Yeah, One Gate Power Plant. You don't have to poop. Yeah, as
So
a
you
matter of
said.
fact, mind cover me while I take a dump real quick?
Yeah.
Alright, I will
Tactical
be
dump.
Tactical dump. Be right back.
Yep.
Alert. Friendly division agent is down.
Bunch of lowlifes. God damn it! Keep up your fire! Next time, get here a little sooner.
Okay, Agent. Assuming the JTF squad's all dead, because, let's face it, who are we kidding? So, let's worry about the living here. You need to get those Rikers out of the building and away from my generators. And be careful, they're temperamental obese, and they're under a lot of pressure.
that is the best thing for it to come back to.
Yeah.
Ooh, I see you killed people.
Yeah, they spawned right outside the door, so.
Oh, no shit. Alright, let me just chug this whiskey real quick and then we'll be good to go. Okay, 3, 2, God damn, I'm a gat, guys. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh my god. Oh, fuck. I just chugged a fucking glass of whiskey.
Nice. I need to get some Fireball.
Yeah. When I say a glass, I mean like half a beer glass worth of whiskey.
Damn. With a vape chaser.
Yep. Oh, my God, friends. Okay, let's fucking do this. Into the power plant. Okay, that was easy. Good security here. Let's not be these guys.
Yeah, I know, right?
I just texted my girlfriend while I was on the pot. I was like, so I'm going into business with VJ. I was like, who's VJ? I was like, the Indian that I'm always talking to. She's like, oh, okay.
You should tell her to watch, contribute to the conversation.
Y'all hear this? Good, because I got something to say. Lorraine busted us out of Rikers. Told us we could go our own way. Now the man's coming back here to shut us down, to lock us back up. You want to die in a cell? You want to let them get what they want? Well, I ain't playing that game. They don't get to take nothing from me, you hear me?
Hopefully at some point, we can use the larger scale private military operations to help fund the domestic stuff.
Agreed.
So that way, it's more public service than security agreement.
That's just good shit. We're about to get into a good fight here.
And like, as culty as it sounds, I think fostering a sense of family and whatnot as opposed to corporation.
To say you need to trust the people next to you is
understatement. Trust them with your life, quite literally.
Like, I literally know how big Ripley's penis is.
I'm sure.
How close you have to get.
I've managed to avoid having ever seen it.
You were totally missing out.
Yeah? The gift from God, or?
Ask him.
He only answers with 2 inches still hurts at 200 miles per hour.
Great. These assholes got a death wish. You know how to handle it good, all right. The slipper in your shade pictures had you right to
Looks like we got us some brand new news, people. I'm thinking this place might be real popular with the JTF.
Wow.
But you think we're just
It's too
hand
easy.
them back the keys to the city? Wrong! Like Sharmo's really in charge.
I may not be expressing it, but I'm quite excited for the security thing.
Oh, me too. This is like short of like somehow. Actually, this is my dream. I mean, my side is more of the, like, as much as I want to do public service and whatnot, the opportunity to make what Atlas is in Call of Duty is, that's the dream, is to make a force that
Because if we can't have it,
it's an ego thing in a sense. Like, I can't be part of the American Armed Forces Club, so I'm gonna make a club that's better than yours. So like, my dream will be achieved when some like Pentagon officials like, fuck it, we can't handle this. Call in the Minutemen. And with like the infamous part about PMCs is like, as a private contractor, you get paid buco bucks comparatively. So if, especially with having that, you know, sense of family and whatnot in the group, we can probably, I mean, we should definitely pay our employees well, but let's say whoever pays, you know, 100,000, maybe we do 95,000, but the flip side will be that they'll have much more provided for them. Like, they don't need to provide their own ammo and equipment all the time and everything. I mean, in the beginning we will, because, you know, we need everything we can get. But, like, would you rather get paid 100,000 and have, like, just, you know, average equipment in a firefight, or would you rather get paid like 90,000 but then have state-of-the-art everything?
Yeah. I would say we don't even necessarily, I mean, obviously, the employees is a huge thing, especially considering the conversation we just had about brotherhood and shit like that. But a lot of the employees are doing what they have to do.
Exactly, and that's going to be, yeah, that's part of the point, is that it's not just money. It's going to be, you want to do this, and we're going to reward you well for it, not you're doing this just for the money. Which I think will be a huge thing, because, wanting to protect the lives of, you know, 1,000 students, is important. It's like, it could be, you'll be thrown into terrifying situations. Anytime there's, you know, shooting involved, that's what it is. And a key part of the difference between, like, why a school might have a police resource officer as opposed to, like, Allied Barton is that Allied Barton, or Allied whatever it's called now, isn't gonna, you know, go running into a building where there's a domestic terrorist.
Yeah.
And, like, there's never going to be an end to it. Like, just how the nation is means that there's, we can ban guns outright and there still be this problem.
Safe-ish. I'll task an engineering team to do a proper mechanical assessment of the site.
Providing security isn't called providing security, it's called providing a security solution.
Well, looks like the cowboys gone
and what that is the provision of the security is actually the solution to the problem.
Yes, and that's another thing for marketing. That will be important. Like, the solution is both
that doesn't sound good.
us and not us at the same time.
Yeah,
you know, like,
the whole plant, maybe the whole block.
The problem of people being in danger, that, yes, we're the solution to that. The problem of why it's happening, how it happens, and all that, that's not us. Exactly, there's always going to be people who want to do bad shit. I swear I just saw a guy with a shotgun. Oh, there it is.
That's the same thing, though, is, you know, no legislature can pass law that's going to affect the certain situation. It's a socioeconomic problem. However, the solution is us. Do you want to stop shootings? We'll stop the shootings. You don't have to do it. You're putting it on the ground. We will stop the shootings. Not you will stop the shootings.
Yes.
And that's not just a salesman either, that's my confidence that's saying, no, people, let's basically go to the drugs. We're not doing the hard work, we're doing the fucking house story of drugs.
Quite literally.
Those threats, if you want to stop them, the unfortunate part is yes, the unfortunate part is really business.
At that though, we'll be more. It'll be more likely that we'll be able to subdue them without killing them than the next best solution would be.
People probably not a training with our guys is focus specifically on, like, let's say we were to have our own section of the school resources. We were training specifically for school resources. But, you know, a school resource officer is not training specifically for that, for a school resource.
What did I just say?
So yeah, we're certainly
so long the generator can deal with a pressure pistol. You need the vet, power station, and a chunk of side town. It's wiped off the map.
We're not trying to do traffic stops or anything.
Yeah.
So literally trained to make connections with the students and to identify threats and stop them before they become one. And if they do become one, we're trained to neutralize their threat.
It'll be important to have
And also
psychology resources.
Yes.
Both for
also be trained to neutralize said threat without insurance evidence, which is actually important for researching the phenomenon.
yes. Yeah, absolutely. We're gonna keep going there. I think an important part will be having psychological resources both for the employees to use for their own psychological health, but also it's not just gonna be like sensitivity training. It's gonna be like psychological awareness of other people, psychological. Trying to think of the word. Like psychological intelligence isn't the right phrase.
I know what you're getting at, though.
Like they have the tools. Yeah, like that. It'll be what it's used for. But like one of the quote unquote weapons they'll have is significant knowledge in psychology.
Oh, yeah.
And even if the individual operator may not need to know everything about it, we can have specialists that are for a school situation, the operator would need to have it. But if it's I don't know, protecting someone at a public speaking event, then we'll have somebody who's specially trained in mob mentality, crowd thought processes.
But if you want to stay not dead, I really think about hitting those safety
I just thought of this. Since, like I was saying, we'd already be set up to implement, disaster situations. We could market towards, what's the word I'm looking for? The fuck did the Eagles fans do when they won the Super Bowl? Like when stupid people yeah, there you go, riot.
That's why we should make contact with Circles.
With what teams?
No additional safety valves detected.
You vented a lot of the pressure, but it's still building. Master control room's the only place to shut it all down, so get there quick.
Not only that, but there's another CERT team, this Community Emergency Response Teams, which actually Matt is a part of. They're like the non-military, non-police, like emergency response instead of shelters and things like that. But we can communicate with them because they have a lot of great assets that we can deal with, because a lot of them are like former police and military. I mean, not so much in the town that town is at, because that's the community. People are basically senior citizens. There are towns that actually have decent search teams. Like I worked with Ridgefield search team once, they're actually all young and actually want to make a difference. But they're trained in stuff like biohazard awareness and stuff like that.
That's like, perfect.
The last search meeting that I went to, they're actually learning about bloodborne pathogens. And like
interesting.
Out there to do those bloodborne pathogens. Like how to run the shelters and stuff when one is known to be present and stuff like that.
Yeah, so like, even like we could tap those resources and essentially just adopt everything from it. I got hit again, god damn it. Adopt is a better word.
Better work than see you. GMCs to make sure these stuff sound good.
Hostile acquisition.
There we go.
Unsanctioned adoptions.
Tactical acquisition. That dude just killed himself.
Yep. I mean, technically they are all killing themselves by going into a firefight with us.
That's true.
Because I'm about to go down to in a second. God damn it, they got the bag.
I'm just gonna withdraw from this. I'll be there to help them now.
Awesome.
Oh, hey there, asshole.
Right?
Gunplay, and I don't have to focus.
Well, shit. Put it in here, get it in now. And one of us don't get to walk away.
Cypriot.
My bad. Almost point blank into the face.
Wrecked.
Active echo beacon detected. Power generator stabilized.
Well, nothing's exploded, and that siren stopped, so looks like we're good. I got an engineering team already mobile. They can finish up at the plant. Nothing left for you to do, so I guess you can roll out.
I think I just got an M44 carbine.
Because if
That's
we don't
better
get a
than my
place,
current.
then my people will make sure nobody's got a place.
And it's only a
And
blue.
until then,
Oh, wait, never mind.
we gonna live.
I misread it. It was 111, not
I'm headed back to Lex.
17.
Keep this place warm for me.
Sad
Or
face.
don't. Your call.
I ran to the base of ops, by the way.
Yep. Excuse me.
I bought a coil pack today. I'm quite happy.
Nice.
Now entering a safe area.
What kind of coils?
The M2s?
This stuff! It's
I think they're by Smoke. Yeah.
Source for whatever it is I can come up with in between scrounging for food and trying not to get my ass shot in the streets. You want better? You're welcome to go and try and find it. In the meantime, I'm what you got. Now that we got that settled, let's take a minute to talk about a topic.
Best gear in the city. Check it out.
All got started, but like a lot of you, I'm guessing I had to go cold turkey real quick. And it sucked. And it sucked worse because of everything else that was going on. But with people dying all over the place, it didn't seem like it was the time or the place to bitch about needing a pump or two. Still, you'd think that there was still one smoker on the outside who tucked a couple of packs into the supply drop. But it ain't happening.
Should probably look at all the shit that I got.
Hey, gotta see it to believe it. Are your ears burning, Agent?
Model 700. Still not quite the same as my M44 though.
Hey, I got something new right here for you.
I have 82 weapon mods.
Hell yeah.
I'm too lazy to read the percentages. Like, I don't want to fucking deal with that. Almost at $64 million. I need to find another set of gloves that gives me the marksman rifle damage bonus.
You could probably go over to the recalibration thing.
Good point. Wonder how hard of a roll it is to get. Well, I mean, it can't be that hard. I got predatory on all my weapons.
You're gonna like what you see.
I just got a text on my phone that scared the shit out of me.
How did it scare the shit out of you?
I did not expect it.
Go buy all these blueprints. I don't know what I'd fucking need them for, but why not? Oh god damn it.
I love vapes.
Sorry I can't give you a back.
You love what?
Vapes.
Yes, I need to get more juice. I bought the blueprints thinking I was spending normal money, not fucking Phoenix credits, so now I'm down to 100 Phoenix credits.
We need to have a serious conversation about dead bodies. Sarah did what they could for as long as they could, which meant digging up every park they could find because that was the only open ground around. Seriously, you want cemeteries? You go out on the island. You're only gonna find a whole lot of places where shovels.
K-Dog Lippy Lips? What the fuck kind of name is that?
So they went after the parks, and they dug their mass graves, and they dumped as many bodies in as they could. And don't give me no shit about disrespect for the dead.
Come take a
He
look.
looks like a goon.
Faster than they can haul the bodies away.
Got an ugly ass backpack.
Headstones, no nothing. Just dig a hole and drop in the
It's okay, YouTube, we're minorities.
basic, and you can build a memorial later, assuming there is one. Later, that is, not a memorial. Jesus. Feels like half this island is a memorial sometimes.
Oh, this guy's mask is kind of cool.
Right.
Oh, never mind. It's not.
Not all those bodies made it to the holes.
I'm gonna switch to a more greenish kit.
Sometimes there were too many bodies. Sometimes the guys who were supposed to be delivering the deceased just fucked off in a truckload sitting in the street. And I'm thinking, the bill's gotta come due for that sooner or later. I mean, one of these days it's gonna warm up.
How is my new favorite customer?
Maybe the guys in the hazmat suits have the right idea, just burn everything. But if we don't come up with something, we're gonna have a hell of a problem on our hands once it gets a little warmer around here.
Your attention, please. Children's Story Hour will begin at 1100 hours next to the Christmas tree. Your attention, please. Tonight we have a special treat in the commissary. We received a large shipment of candy canes. All are welcome to have a bit of holiday cheer.
There we go.
God damn it, I forgot I just wasted all my Phoenix credits.
Parents are encouraged to attend.
I'm looking through the special equipment vendor like, what should I get? Fucking broke. I wish you could use your normal currency to buy the other currencies.
But that's too much thought.
I can tell you're looking
right?
to buy.
There's a SOCOM Mark 20 SSR that would double my DPS. Fuck it, I might as well give it a try.
Hey, anything you're looking for?
Nice.
Oh yeah. That green dough.
So here's something a friend of mine who did 3 tours.
I should change my backpack color to something better.
I got the multicam skin today, so I was like, oh, I gotta make my weapons multicam.
There's nothing that matches.
And sure as shit, once he was down, the whole thing was gonna fall apart, right? Well, not so fast there, Spartacus. You know what happened when Bliss got popped? His second in command stepped up and started giving the orders. Functionally, not a damn thing changed. Unless, of course, you want to consider Bliss some sort of tactical genius.
I'll leave that glitch.
The evidence for that particular theory is a little thin on the ground. Ain't just the LMB, though. $5 is...
For my old uniform, I didn't care what matched. I just made it whatever was rare.
Your attention, please. Dr. Ellis will be continuing his lecture series this evening at 1900 hours in room 32B. Seating is limited.
Holy shit.
What's that?
I have a 15 times zoom scope. That isn't on my sniper rifle. There we go. I switched out my Liberator, my lightweight M4 with the SOCOM.
Hell yeah.
I got compare it against the other sniper rifle. Yeah, pretty much.
Yes.
Gotta paint it pink.
Agent, I got something for you.
Alright, I am good to roll.
Sweet.
Best gear for the streets, right here.
Maps. Daily missions. Queen's Tunnel Crampon challenging. Alright, let's fast travel there. This is gonna suck.
Let's get shit hot.
Find agents. Oh.
Warning. You are now leaving the safe area.
I don't know if I like it more or not.
Not too bad.
No, Fido, go away.
Listen up, Agent. You've got 3 objectives, and none of them are easy.
1. Shut down their comms relay. 2. Knock out their tactical center.
And 3, take control of the on-site armory. Because I need those guns for my people. Now go to it.
Yes, we got another.
This fucking sniper just keeps going between cover spots.
Let's go. Yep. He's the same person. Oh, what's up? What's up? Alright, let's fuck him up.
Warning. Sentry turret detected.
Oh shit.
I've seen those in action. They're nasty. Get in close before it recognizes you as hostile, or we're gonna need a sponge to mop you up.
Oh! Wow, I just got wrecked.
Give me 1 sec. Go back to where you were.
Maintain pressure.
Oh, never mind.
Here.
Fuck. I just went down too.
I got you. No, I didn't.
Well, we're not off to the greatest start.
Yeah, no.
I'm sorry,
There's a guy
Sam,
right
I'm
around the
not this
corner.
bad.
Probably shouldn't be field testing a gun while doing this, but whatever.
Yeah.
I don't
Battle
know if
royale on me. Thank you.
You're welcome. I don't know if I like this better.
That's my thing.
Do I like a Mark 20 over the M44 or not?
To your position, I'd say no. I just got shot through cover.
Yeah, fuck it, I'm switching back. Oh fuck. Balls. God damn it, they blew up the bag.
Come up, shoot him. Find me.
Yep. God damn it. Oh, I went unconscious. revive me yet. Switching guns.
Okay. I'm up.
Alright. There is 2 guys, or 1 guy just jumped down from the tower.
Is that sniper shoot through a wall?
Yes, it is. Lob a grenade up there,
Fatty's down.
That guy just did the Chernobyl child. There's a guy right on the other side of the wall that you guys are at.
Ow.
Who the fuck tased you guys?
Got shocked by something.
Stick your fucking head up. God damn it, come on. I'm gonna circumcise the shit out of your brain.
Oh god damn it, won't even. There it goes.
You're getting real close to that comm center. Careful they don't notice you before you want them to.
I shall fix this problem. Solutions.
The relay's gotta be on the roof. Probably gonna have some techie types up there to keep it running.
We're talking about combat engineers. Forward, well-trained, packing gear on par with ours. The LMB didn't cut corners on outfitting their people.
Agent on your team requires aid immediately.
Thank you. Oh, got another. There we go.
I comes compressing him from firing above him.
Warning. Agent on your team is down. Requires assistance.
Who the fuck hit me? God damn it, won't let me fall down the ladder. Thank you. I'm going to the top of the taller building.
Alright, I'm trying to sneak around these guys. Oh, that didn't work. Now I'm lagging and I'm in a really bad spot.
You got your sniper rifle with you?
Yep.
Meet me up here then. Oh fuck, there's two guys here. That's cool, they're just ignoring me.
I'm lagging like a motherfucker.
Says there's a guy behind you, but I don't see him, so fuck it.
One's down.
Other ones inside the building.
Remember, the lab staff will not guarantee your safety if you violate curfew. For your own protection, stay
If
inside
anybody
after
doesn't
dark.
have it.
this mission.
I was shooting think JTF is ever gonna join up with us? Weapons free!
Who the fuck is hitting me?
Probably everyone.
Thank you. Oh, that little bitch. Kind of guys with shotguns right there.
Fuck. I'm about to get surrounded.
Oh shit, and all three of us are down. Hop through, run back.
How the fuck am I still getting hit? Oh, safe. Yeah, I'm down now.
Your team is down. Requires assistance.
God damn it. At least their medic is down now. Oh fuck! Why is that turret still on? There we go. That should make life a lot easier.
Initiating data hardline. Overriding data.
It's time to find out if the Last Man Battalion can take the heat.
Data has been overwritten. Overheating CPU. Disabling cooling mechanisms. Sequence complete. Server data replaced and CPU destroyed.
Here's the thing. You're right on top of that weapons cache. Once you kick in the door, you're on your own until I can get back up in there. So watch your back, because it's gonna get hot in there.
Everyone up here? Hit that medic.
What the fuck is it? Fuck, my back is gone. Thank you.
Battalion cannot guarantee your safety if you violate curfew. For your own protection, stay inside. Any unauthorized personnel found in this neighborhood will be considered enemy combatants and will be dealt with accordingly. This has been a public safety announcement from the Last Man Battalion.
Going down. Everyone stock up on ammo before I hit this.
What is it?
Or, on me.
We're good.
Everyone in position?
Yep.
Warning. Hostiles incoming.
Got some good news. Got backup moving on your position. That's the first turret. You're moving fast.
Oh, second behind me.
Where the fuck is that medic?
Really dead.
Reinforcements just crossed the midpoint of the tunnel. Hang tight. Backup's almost at your position.
Hey, it's King. I don't know if he has an LMP.
I believe it.
That swamp ass motherfucker. Oh, now he's dead. Get by, old friend. Got wrecked. Yeet.
Right now it's gonna be me. Back up.
Nice job, Agent. They're still doing the tally, but the weapons you secured should keep the JTF in the field for a long time.
That's how you do it. You just kick the leg out from under these LMB mooks. Keep it up, and they're going down.
Fucking mooks.
Alright, let's secure this site ASAP. Tran, give me an inventory and all the ordnance we got here and prioritize it for transport.
Everyone,
sir. Yes, sir.
I fast travel during combat, even though I'm not in combat.
Hey.
Let's just run 5 miles. Just fast travel is nice.
Are you fucking kidding me? How am I
still not far enough?
Fucking combat. Yeah, whatever, do this, fuck it.
Fuck it, mark 'em.
Oh, there's another group up there.
Wreck 'em.
Let's do it.
Like how they're not even trying to take cover.
Yeah. travel now? Yep, fast travel.
Finally.
About fucking time. Alright, as soon as I reset my character, I'm gonna go to bed.
Alright.
Knock my earpiece out of my ear.
Alright. Hit me up tomorrow.
Will do.
Peace.
Peace out.